couple of years, and then we had this amazing man stepped in, Michael O. Johnson, who became the CEO of the company and started getting us back on the straight and narrow. And I met this was about the second time I met Michael. This was at our honors in Singapore. I can remember exactly when this photo was taken. Every year they put on a special ball or a charity event for the Herbalife Family Foundation. And this picture was taken at the Herbalife Family Foundation function in honors in Singapore in 2008. And I was able to go and talk to the CEO of the company, ask him where he came from. And he told me all about watching Mark Hughes videos and stuff like that. So that was something that was a real honor for me at that time, getting to know the people that were running the company. And then we skip a few years and take us up to 2014. And I love this one. This was in Honolulu. Honolulu, my goodness. I mean, I'll never forget it. I mean, what I used to do, I would go to the events and then tack on a holiday, go and do something afterwards. And I went to Honolulu. I then, what I did afterwards, I went to Maui, where Mark Hughes used to have a home. And I went to Maui, I came back to Honolulu, then I went to California, I went to a retreat center in California, and I came back to Honolulu and I did a week sailing. I did a sailing course and I became a master sailor. That's what I did, and I got my certificate and everything. So I wrapped that around going to the honors in Honolulu. And this picture was with two of our great leaders in the company, Russell Gain and Alf Patron. What we all had in common going up the steps then was we were all 3 Diamond Presidents team members. Guess what? Now we're all 4 Diamond Presidents team members. We never missed an event. So we used to sit there getting paid out in the 3 Diamond pot. Now we sit there and get paid out in the 4 Diamond pot. So it's all good fun. And then in 2015, there am I with my sponsor, the late, great Alan Lorenz, somebody that changed my life forever. And that was with one of our top corporate employees. In fact, she was the lawyer, I think. And it was just, we were outside in Los Angeles, in LA Live, just by the Herbalife offices. And then that takes us over to 2016. This is what you do at these events. You meet amazing people from around the world. And this lady, Christina, she is a top President's team member. She's from Colombia, and we became great friends, and we, talked to each other from time to time. And this is what Herbalife brought me through attending honors. Then we came into 2016. This is what you look like when you open your bonus and you see what you've won that year. As your bonus award is, oh, wow. And then they say, oh, yeah, but you can't show the figure. So you have to kind of, your distributors are saying, how much? And you're going, so you're smiling all the way to the bank. And then these are some of my great friends that we always meet on stage at honors. So it's great to meet your friends on stage at honors as you're picking up an award. There's Tony Wing and Penny Wing and Louisa Higgins. And we always had such fun. We'd have dinner afterwards and celebrate, always with a good bottle of champagne and that sort of thing. Which brings us up to 2017. This was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wow, that was an event. There was our great manager, one of our great vice presidents, Ozan from Turkey, and a couple of the Turkish president's team members. Again, another country that you've made friends with, people that we get on the phone. We're like one big family in the end. And these are 2 of my people in my organization from Hong Kong. They're 3 Diamond Presidents team members. We always, again, would meet on stage in the 3 Diamond payouts and say, oh, what was yours? And go, oh, what was yours? And so these are amazing leaders, and they've a whole organization of 10 Presidents team members in Hong Kong. And again, there's a few more from the organization, and there is Teresa from Germany, and that line of president's team from Hong Kong are in her and her husband, Michael Kahn, in that organization. So it was always time to celebrate, and beautiful people. And then we went over to Singapore in 2019, and it was great to get in touch here with some of our amazing corporate, and again, our new CEO, Dr. John Agwanobi. What an honor to get your photograph taken with them, up close, personal. Rob Levy and Eddie Heinrich, amazing people that are leading our company. And that was it. And this picture is with my First Line President's team, Sean and Saman. And this was their very first honors. No, not their first honors. It was the first honors they attended where they got their first Mark Hughes Bonus Award. There was something very special, you know. It's great when you get it, but when people you've brought into the business and you've coached them and helped them and worked side by side and laughed and cried together, when you see them walk up on stage, picking up their first Mark Hughes Bonus Award, there's nothing better in the world. And there's some of my guys, most of them in their picture here. It was their first time at honors, first time some of them were in the Mark Hughes Bonus Awards, but new president's team, and some of them are now up there, 30K, 40K, 2 diamond, 1 extra diamonds from the country of South Africa. They're really leading the way there. And then we, again, you know, the company took our pictures. They made us very special. They gave us our very special Mark Hughes bonus statuette. And we always love our statuettes. It's nothing better than getting it. And they took our pictures so we could use, so they could keep it on record for us. And they really treated us so well, like film stars, in fact. And this brings us up to the present day, and the present day is where we are today. So let's hear now from some of the first time honors attendees who are just amazing. When you hear their stories, you'll understand why they're so successful. So let me first hand it over to this beautiful lady from Ireland. Ireland's very close to my heart. My mother was Irish, and so this lady's leading the way in Ireland. Her name is Caroline Kelly. She's a mother, she's a beautician, but let's hear from Caroline. So over to you, Caroline.
Thank you, Angela, for that lovely introduction. My name is Caroline Kelly. I'm from Ireland. I'm a Millionaire team member, and I came across Herbalife Nutrition 12 years ago. At the time, I had my own beauty salon. I was working really long hours, and I also had 3 very small children at home, to be honest, that I was just desperate to spend time with. I missed out on things like first words, first steps, and that had a massive effect on me as a mom. Herbalife answered everything I was actually looking for. It allowed me to be a full-time present mom at home with my kids, to have additional income, and also to grow a business. I was so completely honoured to actually have qualified for the honours this year. A big thank you to my team, as they would have played a massive part in that. I'd actually qualified for the honours a couple of years ago, but due to a health issue, I was unable to attend. And during that period of my Herbalife career, it took me a little bit to recover from that health issue. So I took 2 years out, and during that time period, because of the initial work and the strong foundations that I built in the early days, I was able to actually recover without any financial stress, spend time at home with my family. I'm forever grateful to Herbalife for that. And the honours was an unbelievable event. I tell you, it's actually worth qualifying just to see the dresses the girls are wearing. The fashion is unbelievable. I came away from that event with a new set of eyes, a new vision, and new goals for my future. One of the things that I actually realised more than ever when I actually seen the honours was that people just like you and me have gone before us and paved the way, and Herbalife is the one business that the most ordinary people can do the most extraordinary things if you're willing to put in the work, time and effort. It's something that I urge you to actually qualify for next year, to put in the work and effort and make that one of your major goals for the year ahead. One of my major goals is to actually attend the honours yearly, but not just myself, to actually bring team members with me. Thank you so much, Angela. Back over to you.
Thank you so much for that story, Caroline. Millionaire team member from Ireland. You can see she's on her way to the top. It was a truly heart-rending story, heartwarming. And I want to now introduce you to the next first honours attendees. And it's somebody I know quite well. We work together at the London Heathrow BBS. His name is James Wright. Now, James has been with Herbalife now for almost 8 years. But James was always somebody, you know, you would ask for a volunteer for something and he would put his hand up first. He was coordinator of the BBS for 2 years. And when you hear James, you'll hear how his story to success, his journey to success is event to event. So as we say, success leaves clues. So let me now bring on James Wright. Over to you, James.
Thank you for that introduction, Angela. Before I get into my honours takeaways, I just want to say a big thank you to the events committee and the S&P for picking me to share a few minutes about my experience. So I've been in Herbalife Nutrition since June of 2013. So I'm nearly 8 years in the business. I always joke it's the longest I've ever held down a job. I just want to take you guys back to September of that same year. I was at an event called an Extravaganza, which I'm sure you all know about, in Germany, in Cologne. Around about 17,000 people in this packed arena. I just qualified world team 2 months previous, and this is only my second ever event. So I went to a BBS the month before with guest speaker Matt Barraclough, shout out to Matt Barraclough, which blew my mind. And then I found myself in Germany, which was the best decision I ever made. I wouldn't say at that time, going into the event, I was what we call herbalized, but I loved the products, I was getting results. And by the time I left, it absolutely blew me away. It blew my socks off. My vision went from here to here. My ceiling went from here to, I'd say, limitless. And that's the thing, before Herbalife, I had a ceiling. But what that event did for me was it took it from here to being limitless. So I remember, just to give it more context, and I'm going to tie it in for the honours, I remember being so far back, looking at the stage. On a Sunday afternoon, there was dozens upon dozens upon dozens of people from the UK, new Get team, new Meal team, new Press team, and I was just blown away by the success and just literally just the validation that I was in the right place at the right time, in the right business with the right company at the right time. I was like, wow, there's so many people going to Get team. I'm guessing that's the culture. I'm just going to do that. So I came back from Cologne, and 6 months later, I was at the global expansion team level. That's the importance of seeing people that we can relate to, because people like themselves. And that's often all we need to know to actually start taking the action and move forward. So bringing it back now to the honours, 7 years later, I always looked at the honours as an event that was almost unattainable, if I'm being honest. I always believed I could go to Get Team after being in Cologne, but honours was maybe always that little bit out of reach, kind of right at the top of the mountain. It is the pinnacle event in Herbalife. So as much as I knew it was there, I knew that, yes, of course, I could qualify for it. To actually believe, probably not 7 years ago. So to qualify for the event was something that was most definitely on the goals list. And to be honest with you, just being where my business is now, 8 years down the line, is just unbelievable. To qualify for that event, wow. And again, seeing the UK having its best ever year in regards to honours qualifiers, it's just the validation I need again to know that I can do what those guys are doing. Your Lee Spinners, your Danny Spinners, Daniel Armstrongs. Shout out to Ricky Roberts, brand new president's team as well. Someone that I work closely with, who I know, who I've just seen alongside Michelle go to president's team. This is all I need to see, all I need to know, because use where talk is the philosophy that Mark Hughes instilled within us. And we just have to kind of trust the process, because it's possible for all of us to qualify for this event. And for me, the goal is not to just keep qualifying for this event, but to actually eventually get to president's team and start picking up awards. That would be absolutely unbelievable. I always say that time will pass anyway. Time will pass anyway. I've been doing this for 8 years, but I feel just as excited now as I did 8 years ago. So I may as well keep helping my team to get what they want, because that's what's going to help me keep requalifying for the honours and beyond, is just helping my team to get what they want. Help them to build their own vision of what's possible for them, because once the mind is expanded, it can never go back to its original size. That's what Cologne done for me in 2013, and that's what the honours, the virtual honours, did for me this year in 2021. My mind has expanded even more. There's so many people in the UK that are doing the do that I aspire to be like, that I know personally. So if they can do it, why can't I? If I can do it, of course, so can you. There's no business like Herbalife. And as our legendary founder said, Mark Hughes, your success is only limited by your own imagination and your own hard work. So thanks for listening. I'll see you guys soon.
Wow, thank you for that, James. Really, you summed it all up. And I'm going to come and have a bit of personal training with you. So the next lady I would like to introduce you to is a lady called Francesca Thurlow. She was a beautician. She was a pharmaceutical representative. She's from East Yorkshire. But I first met Francesca. She came along to a training day at Heathrow Airport. And we talked, and she got up, and I thought, wow, this girl is really on her way to the top. And the one thing that summed it up for me when I said, well, what do you do during the week? So she said, well, on Monday we do this event. On Tuesday we've got this call. On Wednesday, she had her whole week mapped out in front of her. And today she's a Millionaire team member. She's a first-time honours attendee. So help me welcome up Francesca Thurlow from East Yorkshire.
Hi everyone, my name's Francesca and I've been with Herbalife Nutrition 7 years now. I can't believe it's been 7 years. You know, for me, right from the beginning of my journey, I had a dream of flying to Los Angeles and being at the Mark Hughes Bonus Awards. That was the dream. The glitz and the glamour, the pinnacle event where all the girls get really dressed up in nice dresses and, you know, it's very glitz, glam. That was the dream. And I've always wanted to be a president's team member. And I made it my mission. It went on my dream board and I made it my mission to at least qualify to be at the Mark Hughes Bonus Awards. And I worked and worked and worked. And then last year, when I found out I'd qualified, or we had qualified, because I wouldn't be there without the team. And I just want to say thank you so much to the team. I wouldn't have qualified without them. When I found out, I was so emotional. I cried and I just felt like it was like a fairy tale. It was like a dream come true. Yes, we didn't get to go to Los Angeles, but it didn't matter. The event was seriously unbelievable. The event itself was like a fairy tale. It was like being in a movie. And the first thing that really stood out to me, the feeling that I got was that Mark was in the room. Like you could feel the presence of Mark Hughes during that event. It was magical. It was magical and I was moved. I was moved for the whole 3 days. I had goosebumps for the whole 3 days. The level of training and inspiration, can you imagine? Can you imagine the kind of people that we were able to sit and take notes from? I'm still so emotional following that event. It was kind of like, hello and welcome to your future. I always have aspired to be a president's team member, but this was kind of like a real vision expanding exercise to kind of say to you, look, like, yeah, of course you want to get to the president's team, but there is this like world way beyond the president's team. And it's like this fairy tale world, a bit of a dichotomy in that it's a fairy tale world, but it's achievable if you work hard enough. Because the other thing is, you know, to also see quite a few of my UK friends and colleagues there receiving their awards, like Angela, like Russell, like Dan, you know, it really gave you the feeling like this is fairy tale, this is phenomenal, this is magic. But it's achievable if you work hard enough and you have the vision and you aspire to be there. And, you know, that was the real thing that stood out for me. And another thing that stood out for me was believe bigger sooner. You know, very, very much felt like believe it, like believe you can achieve it. And so it was a huge vision expansion event for me. And I hope I can pass that forward to my team as well. And, you know, anyone else watching this, I would really, really recommend aspiring to be there and aspiring to obviously qualify for an award yourself, because that definitely, you know, I was so proud to see some of the UK guys getting their, you know, awards, and it just really made me feel like, right, okay, you know, I really want to be there, I want to qualify to be there, and I want to qualify to get an award as well. And it was just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, like a movie, like being in a movie, you know. I got dressed up, and it was just incredible. So I feel really, really grateful. I feel so blessed and grateful to have found Herbalife. I feel so grateful to Mark Hughes, grateful to absolutely everyone that was involved in putting together the honours, because it really, it was magic. It was magic. So thank you very much.
Wow, you know, thank you for that, Francesca. Those 3 stories, what did they say to you? What they said to me was they never missed events. They went from event to event, and the big bright star on the end of the horizon was honours. And really congratulations to each and every one of you who attended honours for the very first time. We had a wonderful virtual honours, and it really thanks to the company, the Herbalife company, that put together the most extraordinary event. I felt I was there live in the honours, although it was virtual. And like the people you've just heard from, I never missed an event. I've had 14 Mark Hughes Bonus Awards, and I never take it for granted. Every single one means something to me, because Herbalife changed my life.
And you had presented the top 20 in the world with their bonus checks. And we were sitting on the coach watching these people like Carol and Alan and people like that come out and get into limousines. And my son said, why are all those people getting into limousines, Mummy? And I said, because they're president's team and they're top in the world. And he said, well, it's about time you were on president's team so I can go in a limousine.
A little pressure from the son there.
And whenever my distributors come to my house, my son always said, you know why I want my mummy on the president's team? Because I want to go in a limousine. So now I've got to take him in a limousine.
That's great. Well, listen, keep the pressure on Mom there for you, will you? Listen, this is a chance. You know, you've been with us now 11 years.
Yes.
Is there anything special you'd like to say to all your friends or your relatives or your downline? Or?
Well, first of all, thank you to all my distributors and for the help and support you gave me on the last day of the month. And never give up, because it took me 4 years, 11 months to get to President's Team. And
From Millionaire Team.
From Millionaire Team.
11 years
yeah.
from Supervisor.
From, yes, and it doesn't matter really about the time. You know, people are getting there much faster now. What matters is what you put in between.
Actually, it's been interesting. You know, the last couple of shows that we've done, we've had a lot of these 12 and 13 and 14-year people, and all of a sudden we're getting this bombarding reaction of people wanting to do it that were in the old-time club. So it's really been an inspiration having you on and some of the other people they had on last month.
That's right.
So,
and I wouldn't change a moment. I wouldn't change a moment. I wouldn't change the experience, and I've loved every moment of it.
I've been able to help both my children, and now grown up, they have amazing careers of their own. They've given me 4 grandchildren. I've been able to help both of them with buying their forever homes and helping them today, helping the grandchildren today with their education. And this is what Herbalife gives you. You know, it gives you so much that I could never, ever take for granted. And my heart is full of gratitude every single day for the man that started this company, Mark Hughes, for the people like my sponsor, Alan, that helped me on the road, gave me great advice all along the road. And this is my beautiful family that you see up here. So thank you very much to each and every one of you out there that has made everything possible for all of us. We're a team. We're the Herbalife team.
I'm really just an average person, but I was lucky enough to find an above average opportunity with an above average product, with above average leadership. And it's amazing just to think that I'm sitting here now in London in HBN television studios, and you know, the way that now we're being able to tell you about ourselves and do trainings and get into people's homes so quickly by just the flick of a television switch.
And now I want to tell you something that I'm really excited about. Oh my goodness me. So we've just had our virtual honors. The journey to honors has just begun. Even though we've just had our honors and we had a great honors and we celebrated, that was yesterday. Now we're moving forward this year. We're at the beginning. How many of you going to be their first time attendees at Honors 2022? How many new people are you going to have with you at new attendees at Honors 2022? Because guess what? Guess what? Here's the announcement. We are going home. Yes, next year, 2022, we are going back to Los Angeles. Not virtually, we're going live to LA Live. Herbalife distributors are going home. So how many people are you going to have with you at Honors? I can't wait. I'm already ticking off the days. So look forward to seeing you in Los Angeles at Honors 2022.
Next year, we will reunite. We will return back to where it all started. Look out, LA. Here we come. Herbalife Nutrition Honors 2022, Los Angeles. Honors 2022 is open to all President's Team members and all distributors who earn 7,500 royalty override points in any 1 month from March 2021 through January 2022. And soon we'll announce a special qualification so even more can attend Honors 2022. And yes, an incredible Active World Team Stars experience you won't want to miss. More details coming soon. We just can't wait to see you next year, in person, in Los Angeles.
How dare you come around saying we fell out of touch? It was you who messed up. 'Cause all I needed was a simple yes or no. How would I know? 'Cause all you gave me, baby, how would I know if you never showed? And after all this time, I still think of you as the one who got away. But you were never mine, and I know that it's time to face reality. 'Cause all I needed was a simple yes or no. How would I know? 'Cause all you gave me, baby, how would I know if you never showed? Just say yes. Just say yes. I
behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. I will go wherever you want. Wherever you want. I will go wherever you want. Wherever you want. I will go wherever you want. Wherever you want. I will go wherever you want. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. But this time I need to feel you. You ought to know. Just move to
Wow. I'm actually stood here, guys, and really emotional about what we just heard there. And I actually think you could actually close the event on what Angela shared there. Just an absolutely unbelievable story. And I think you'll agree, she's just getting started. Heartwarming, emotional, and then hearing from the first-time qualifiers. I just hope that everybody who's watching this now have the goals. Have that in your goals, that you will be a Herbalife Honours qualifier, guys, because it is just absolutely unbelievable. So now the time has come. The man of the moment, our very, very special guest speaker. Chairman's Club, 50K. Now, for a lot of people who don't understand this, 50K actually means 1 million volume points just on the first 3 levels. This guy's a character, full of personality, an absolute powerhouse. Sit back, enjoy, take great notes. Chairman's Club member in 50K, Juan Miguel Mendoza!
Thank you so much for this introduction. I'm so happy to be with you guys in this spring spectacular for the United Kingdom and for Ireland. That's great to see you guys in this fantastic event, especially after a fantastic year. The last 12 months have been very, very good for the business, and you guys been growing. And it's time, like this moment, this event is a time to celebrate, but also to readjust and get ready for the next season, for the next 6-12 months during this year 2021. And I'm very happy because this is a training for leaders. It's a training about leadership. You are in this training because you qualify to be here. You are either a top team or an active world team of this year, or you qualify with high production, which is very good, which means that you are on your way to build more business and to continue to grow, and you might get to the top team soon if you continue to do what you're doing and continue to duplicate and build your own organization. But as you guys know, Juan Miguel Mendoza from Miami at this point, but I started in my own country. Let me tell you a little bit about my own story. Actually, before that, let me tell you what I think this training is about. Every time that I have to do a training, of course, I want to see how many people, we have in that training and the level of those distributors. But it's very important for me to say, okay, what is the objective? The main goal that we want to accomplish with this training, with this group at this point in Ireland and the UK. So I asked myself, and for me, in this one is first that you guys can understand what is it that you want. And then once you know what you want, to understand what is required from you to achieve it. Because you might want whatever, but if you have no idea what to do or what to get better or in which areas to work, a skill to develop to get there, it's very difficult to get there. So I want to make sure that you guys after this training know exactly what you want and then what is required from you so you can go, work, grow, and achieve those goals. That's my main objective. Then, of course, I also want you guys to understand the potential that you have in this business. Sometimes when we're starting the business, we believe like, oh, this is the max that I can do, or maybe I can do that. And you will see with time that sometimes what you think is a lot today, it might not be that much in a year from now. So I would like you guys to open your minds a little bit and start thinking bigger, like bigger things can be done if I continue and I put enough time into the future with that. Then I also want you guys to understand what to do, how to do it, and to understand that nothing that is very good in result is easy. It won't come by, just by a force of nature. It will come because you will do things that will attract and will create those results later. So it's not going to be easy. It's hard work. In order to grow, to get to the top team, to get to the millionaire team, president's team, it's not easy. You have to work. And I want you guys to be very clear. Okay, if I really want to do this, I need to work on this and that and how to do it and all this stuff, okay? Then I want you guys to understand, I'll be more clear about the strategy and the tools that you guys can use in order to achieve that. Of course, week by week, month by month, skill by skill, but once you understand the strategy, you can put most of your time and invest most of your time into that strategy, developing and working your business and working with the tools that you have in order to achieve what you do. You don't want to waste time in things that might not be that important for you and for your business and for the future. And then last one, hopefully I can inspire you guys to get to the next level, to go and to grow. For me in business, the mentality is to grow. You can never hire somebody to run a business and say, okay, what we want from you is that you keep the business more or less the same. No, the mentality of a business is to grow. How can we grow? How can we get bigger and better and do things in a better way and have a better impact in more and more people? Once you have that mentality of growing, then everything is different, because your mindset will be, I want to grow, I want to get better, I want to do it better, I want the year 2021 to be better than the year 2020. And then I want the year 2022 to be better than the year 2021. That's the idea, to try to get better, to do better, and to grow, especially at this point. Because I know you had a fantastic 2020. And sometimes it's not easy because things seems to be very good, and not everybody, but most people, they're growing, they're having results, new pins, which is, one of the best moments in our business when you change your pin. But also in those moments, you need to pay attention to details, to small things. When things are doing great, everybody is a champion. But we will really see how we are when things are not going that great. And in your story, in your career, in your phases in the business, you will see that you will have some ups and downs. It's normal. In the business, you will have some challenges to face, personal challenges, family challenges, business challenges, country-related challenges, things that you need to adjust, that you need to adapt. That is normal. But when things are going so well, we might not pay attention to some things, and we might believe, oh, he's doing fantastic because I'm so good. And then when things get hard, you don't know what to do. So I want you guys to see, okay, how can I navigate my business? It doesn't matter if I'm going into my best month or my worst month. I know how to fix it. I know how to move, and I know how to build a business for the long term. You don't want to have results only for 1 month or 90 days or a year. You want to have consistent results. You want to have results that you can keep in time in the next 3, 5, 10 years. That is the idea. So growth is the idea. And then finally, I would like you guys to see, because everybody is different. You are an independent Herbalife distributor, and you have your own life, your own goals, your own desires. One of the best things in this business is to be able to have your life project, what you want to achieve and to do in your life. And then you have your Herbalife project, what you want to do and achieve in your Herbalife career, Herbalife project. In the point where they can merge, and your Herbalife project can help you achieve your life project and the things that you want to do, and the experiences that you want to have, and the skills that you want to develop, and the life and the quality of life that you want to have. That is fantastic, because then everything will make sense in your business and in your life, and it's a lot easier to work like that. By the way, if you hear some noise, I'm doing this from my home in Miami, so if the phone rings or whatever it is, doesn't matter. We just continue to go. And this success that I'm talking about, these projects, is more integral. It's about a complete success. We want to achieve things in a complete way. Looking better, feeling better, running my business, having success in my business, making the money, of course, helping my people, but also my family, but also you want to have that rounded, successful life. That's the idea we can do with Herbalife. But at the end, it's quality of life. So let me share with you guys a little bit of my story. It's very funny because the Herbalife, I will share my story on Saturday in details for the new people, but for you guys, I will share my story like a top team member, more or less. And you guys know I started when I was very young in the business. I was 19 and I was attending college in my home country for mechanical engineering, imagine, numbers and physics and things like that. And I was kind of desperate. It was not the place that I wanted to be. Not because I didn't like it. I liked, the math and the things like that, but I didn't see myself working as an engineer. And I had no car. I was taking the bus all the time. I was asking for rides all the time. And I was not worried about my situation when I was 19. I was worried about my future. once I graduate from the university and I find my first job, how can I provide for my family? And in my country, Venezuela, if you're lucky, you can make, I don't know, $500 if you go out of college. And then when you do the math, to buy a car or to buy a motorcycle or just to move and be independent and have your own flat or your own apartment, it's almost impossible. So I said, no, I have to do something. I need to do something on the side so I can continue to go to the university, but make some money and prepare myself. So I started looking for things. Very funny. One day I saw a carrito, a cart selling churros, the Spanish churros. And I said, wow. And I saw the churros and the line of people. I said, wow, this is the opportunity. This is my dream. This is the business. I want to be a churro man. And I got so excited with the churro cart. I said, I want to open my churro cart so I can do that while going to the university. And back then, 28 years ago, by the way, I just turned 28 years in this business. A churro cart, which is very simple, it was like $4,000, 4,000 euros, 4,000 pounds or whatever, more or less, right? And I said, but I don't have that money. So in my head was like, in order to make money, I need to do a business. But in order to do a business, I need money. How can I start? And I was lucky because at that point, a friend of my brother made a phone call to my house, and I was lucky enough to answer that phone. And he said to me, Juan Miguel, this American company is coming to Venezuela, and they have these products, and using the products and having these results. And I have a couple of friends, you won't believe it, they're attending the university, they're students, and last month they made $1,200. When he said that, I was like, what? That was all the money in the world for me. I know that it's not big money, probably in Ireland or in the UK. But for me, it was like, wow, if I can have my own business and make $500, that's going to be amazing. So I said, I wanted to do it. And he said to me, no, it's not for you, it's for your brother. I said, no, I want to do it. No, you're too young. Serious company. I want to talk to your brother. No, but I want to do it. My first ever presentation in Herbalife was to convince my sponsor to invite me to my first meeting. So he invited me to my first meeting. I went to my first meeting, and I honestly, when you're looking for something, it's a lot easier to see it. And I go to the meeting, they explain the products, the marketing plan. I saw some people sharing their results, their testimonials, and I said, oh, this, I can do this. I have no idea how to do it. I have no idea about nutrition or products or marketing plan, but if they teach me, I will do it. So I decided to start with the business. And to do the long story short, tomorrow we're going to share a little bit more, but my first few weeks, was very interesting, to put it in some way. My sponsor, Guillermo, he said to me, Juan Miguel, okay, you have your IBP, you need to use the product, do this, do that. He was very structured, which is very good. And he said to me, Juan Miguel, you need products. And I said, I have no products. Okay, buy one product. And I bought my first program at 25% discount. And I got my program. I said, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna start my own business. And during the first 15 days, I talked to everybody, and I didn't do one sale. No one shake, no one tea, no one olive. Nothing. And after 15 days, I was like kind of desperate, but I understood that I had no idea. I needed to learn. I didn't know how even to talk. It was my first time. So I said, look, let's be patient. Let's go to the trainings. Let's understand what's going on. And after 2 weeks, I had my first customers. And wow, I was so excited. I will share the story tomorrow. That from that customer, I decided, okay, I want to get to the 50%. I want to be a supervisor. So I started working and selling more products, and start recruiting some friends into the business. And in 90 days, I got into the business in March, April, and May. In June, I was supervisor. So it took me 90 days to be supervisor. But I was so excited, and I went to my first big training, very similar to this training. Actually, it was a combination of two trainings. One was a leadership weekend done by one of my sponsors, Michael Cole, and the other one was a mini extravaganza here in Miami, by the way, coincidence in Miami. And after those trainings, I said, wow, this is very serious. I really want to do this. And I went all in. I continued to attend the university, with my career, but I was so focused into the business, putting so many hours in my business, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, talking to everybody and going to the trainings and trying, because I have my goal. Remember, I talked to my sponsor and I said, if you teach me how to do it, I will learn it. I will do whatever it takes. I want to do it. I need it. My biggest motivation was to buy my car. to buy one car. And I said, I want to save money. I want to buy a car. I want to do everything. And I got so focused that it took me 90 days to be supervisor, but it took me 9 months to be millionaire team member. By the way, this is my own story, and it was a lot of work, and I needed to learn a lot of things. And everybody's story will be different. It might take you less or it might take you 10 years. I don't know. But it took me nine months to get to the millionaire team. I was 19 and I was lucky enough to save the money. And I bought my first car and I was so excited. And I thought, okay, next month I'm going to be president's team. I'm going to be president's team in a year. Let's do this. And it was funny because in one of the magazines, Herbalife magazines, it was a story of one of my other sponsors. And the story was there saying that he qualified to president's team in 8 years. And I said, what? 8 years? Only took me 9 months to be millionaire team. I'm going to be president's team in the next few months. How can that be? How can that be? 8 years. And when you talk, life talk back to you. It took me 9 years to be president's team. I was millionaire team for 8 years, working ups and downs and things. And I don't want to get into details now. I might get into details in the future with you guys, but it was tough. My check went from a lot to almost nothing. And then I built it again, and certain devaluations and things in my country went down again. And it was the best school in my life. I always said that in Herbalife, you will have a pin, an Herbalife pin, whatever, world team, get team, president's team, that pin will become your school. It's your school pin. And in my case, was millionaire team. It was 8 years as a millionaire team, learning, working. And it was not like 8 years waiting. I was every year with my organization. This year we're going to get to president's team. This year we're going to get to president's team. And the year passed. No, this year I'm going to get to the president's team. Nothing happened. Next year I'm going to get to the president's team. Then the next year I said to my group, you know what? And I said, we know, you're going to get to the president's team. I worked hard, and it didn't happen for 8 years. But because of that, I worked so hard. I developed enough first lines and work in developing my own skills and to build my organization, to build my group and to work with them. And from working in my city, I worked in multiple cities in my country. And from working in my country, I worked in different countries in the region in South America. Then I went to Europe, then the US, then Mexico and other places. And it took me those 9 years. And after 9 years, I finally, with my wife, Andrea, we qualified to the president's team. And it was fantastic. I got that pin that some of you have seen. Hopefully you can see it, and I saw that pin and it was like everything was worth it. But it's the process. You need to understand everybody will have a process, a different process. But if you have clear goals and you are willing to do and to learn whatever it takes that is honest and along the lines and the rules, you have better chances. You will have good chances to get there and to make it happen if you have that mindset. By the way, I had some mantras during my career. For example, when something wrong happened, or something difficult happened to me, or things were not going the way that I want them to go, I would say like, something good is going to come out of this. Something good is going to come out of this. Something good is going to come out of this. And then when I went to events and I saw people receiving millionaire team, president's team pins, I always think like, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. They have the same product, the same marketing plan. I need to get better. If they can do it, I can do it. I use those mantras during my career to adjust my mindset and allow me to continue to go, to continue to get trained, to continue to serve my customers, to work with my distributors until I get to whatever goal I have in those particular moments. So, well, let me ask you something and be honest to yourself. Would you like to get to the next level in this business? Do you really want to get to the next level, whatever that level is? Maybe get team, millionaire team, president team, 15K, 20K, 50K, Chairman's Club, I don't know. Do you really want to get there? Because if you really want to get there, then nothing can stop you to do the things that will help you get there. Because it's in your own hands. Most of the things will be in your own hands. Of course, you're going to have external factors, but you cannot control those factors. You can only focus into whatever you can do and you can manage to do. Would you really like to go and to get to the president's team? Good, good. You know what a president's team is? It was very funny because I will tell you how I got to this realization. But for me, you know what is a president's team? A president's team member It's a get team that never quit. It's a get team that never quit. And it was funny because when my kids were younger, I was with them in a karate lesson, right? They were with the sensei, the instructor, and they were all white belts. And the sensei was walking and looking at them and said, you know, guys, you see my belt, black belt, whatever. You know, you have to do the white belt. Do you know what a black belt is? He said. I don't think it was well like this. He said, you know what a black belt is? A black belt is a white belt that never quit. I said, oh, hold on a second. Let me take some notes. And I adapt that to my Herbalife business, which is true. You know, a president's team is a supervisor. Now, go to get team and never quit, and go to millionaire team and never quit, and continue to go and continue until she or he got to the president's team. So in order to do that, in order to get to the next pin, your next pin, it won't happen by chance. We need to prepare for that. If you really want to get there, you need to prepare yourself for that. You need to surround yourself with the right people, with people that can teach you how, show you how, you know, lift you when you need to be lifted, and that can help you achieve your goals. Sometimes you need to be jealous about your time, and sometimes we're surrounded by people, good people, maybe, you know, friends, family, people that are nice, but they take so much energy out of you. And when you want something, you cannot do it. They have all the answers sometimes, but they have no results. You need to be surrounded by the right people, because it's not easy. And it will be easier if you are surrounded by the right people. Then you need to become the person that will deserve that pin. And you need to develop the skills, and you need to work in your attitude. You need to overcome challenges. For me, the challenges in this business and in life are just filters, are the filters for success. When you want to get into something, you want that success, whatever that means to you, you're gonna have filters. And most people will stop in the filter, they will quit in the filters, and they will have their own justification. Why? No, because this happened or that happened, then I quit. But those are filters for success. Those challenges, look at them as filters. If I overcome this, I'm going to get better. Then the next challenge, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better until I get to that level, because you will always have options, right? And you have to do it again. And if you really want to get to the next pin, you're going to focus into that. And we're going to do it. Some of you might get there this year, 2021, but some of you need a plan that is a little bit longer than that. Some of you will need a plan that is 2 years, 3 years from now. I am always planning my future. Always, okay, where I am right now, where I want to be, how much time it's going to take me, what do I have, what do I need to get there, and I'm always working into that, okay? Today, we can take it as a new beginning. I know that you had a fantastic year last year, and whatever level you have today, whatever amount of customers or distributors or organization, that's fine. That's your new platform. By the way, some people get confused. Your best month is not where you are. That's just your best month. Usually, if your best month is, I don't know, for example, or talking about an organization, if your best month is 40,000 volume of organizational volume, maybe you are solid at 30,000, 25,000, right? So I always encourage my people, in order to get to a pin, to go at least 50% over that pin. If you want to be a solid getting, you need to be over 30,000. Because you need 20,000 for getting, right? If you want to be a solid millionaire team, you need to go over 120,000. Because some people get confused. My best month is not where I am. My best month is just the stretch of my potential. But I'm not there yet. You know, I need to continue to want to go 50% over that as a reference, and then you are solid in your level. So in order to do that with this new beginning, we need to continue to adjust certain things. Number one, attitude. Of course, you have the best attitude in the world right now because you have great results and you had a fantastic year, but you always need to pay attention to your attitude, your mindset, growth mindset, you know, always looking for opportunities, you know, being optimistic about the future. Number two, something that we need to pay attention when things are going great is product results. The better we look, the better we feel, the easier will be for us, and the better image we're going to have into the marketplace, the better image we're going to have into the family members and friends and neighbors and everybody. So make sure that we always work into becoming the best version of ourselves. Level 10. And that level 10 might be something for you that is different for me. You know, it doesn't matter. Not everybody needs to have a six-pack and huge muscles. No, just get a healthy look, a healthy way with energy that people will think like, oh, I want to look like her. I want to look like him. I want to feel like him or like her. That attitude, I love it. That's what we want in Herbalife, so we can encourage people to do the same with our health. And number 3, and this is very important for you guys, especially at this level. And if you really want to go to the next level, I'm looking at my phone just to make sure that I have the time right in this training. The next point might make the biggest difference in your business, and is focus into personal production. The better you get into personal production, that is not by chance. It's not like, oh, I was lucky in April. No. The better you get into building a personal production structure, the better chances you're going to have to build your business, be successful, and get to the next level. So which plan you have, which tools to use, it depends. I might take the risk to give you what I believe is the best plan in the world during this training today. Actually, let me do that. Let me do that first. Let me give you what for me is the best plan in the world. Write this down. And if somebody asks you, say, Juan Miguel said that it was the best plan, period. You can blame me, no problem. The best plan for you to get to the next level, write this down, is your plan. Your own plan. Sometimes we're looking for a different plan, different people, whatever they're doing here or there. Nothing wrong with that, because we want to learn from other people and get ideas, but there is no plan that you can get to a place without working and making it work, right? So do your own plan with the help of your sponsor, your top team outline, your president's team outline, or the organization that you work in your own city or your own country, in Ireland or UK. You know, with that plan, go all in. The idea with the plan is to do it better and to do it more time. Sometimes people believe that I'm not having the result that I want because I'm doing something wrong. And sometimes it's not about that. Of course, you can do it better, of course, but sometimes it's that you don't have enough people in the funnel. You know, maybe you have a fantastic shake that you do in a home party. And you say, oh, but it's not working. But you only have 2 people a week drinking that shake, right? But if you have 20 people a week drinking that shake, 200 people a week drinking that shake, you might have a fantastic result that all over the world will say, oh, what are these guys doing in Ireland? You know, that they're growing so fast. So whatever you're doing, let's do it better and let's put more numbers, more people into that, and you're going to have for sure better results. Okay, so in personal volume, personal production, in Herbalife, we call it personal volume. Everybody needs to have goals related to that. By the way, one of the best advices that I can give to you after 28 years of career with this business, with Herbalife, 28, 27? 27 years. 27 years of career with Herbalife. Not 28. I don't remember. 1993, 2001, 28 years. 28 years. After 28 years is that every month, if you're a serious distributor, we need to start the month with goals, clear goals. We cannot start April or May thinking, oh, let's see how it goes. No. Okay, some goals. How many new customers I'm going to have? How many customers in total I'm going to have? How much money I'm going to make with my customer base? How many new distributors I'm going to get into my first line? How many new supervisors I'm going to get into my first line, or 2 levels, 3 levels, or whatever it is? But one goal that is very, very important is, okay, how much personal production, how much volume I am going to do this month of April, this month of May, June, or whatever. Because once you have a goal, you adjust the plan and you do enough numbers and enough activity to achieve that. Let's say that by the way, I encourage you, let me give you a challenge. I don't know if you want you like this challenge, but I challenge you to do your PR, your personal record in personal volume. Some of you have done 5,000, 7,000. Why don't you go for 10,000? Some of you have done 10,000 already. Why don't you go for 15,000, 20,000? Let's go for your personal record. My personal record, I believe, is like 30-something thousand. I believe it's 38,000 personal volume, personal production in 1 month. Let's go for that. Beat me. Or beat the people in your city, in your country. It's a healthy competition. It's just about more customers, more distributed customers, and get better and serve more people and have impact in more people. But I challenge you to put a goal That is your PR for personal production. It might be 5,000 for some of you, might be 20,000 for some others, right? So let's do that. Let's put those goals. And once you have those goals, then you work. For example, let's say that you have the goal to do 10,000 for the first time in your personal volume, and you work hard and you talk to people and you do the invitations and the presentations and whatever tool you're using, social media or personal activities, if you can do it at this point in your country, or challenges, whatever you're doing, right? And you work very hard and you have new distributors, some success builders, and then you don't get to 10,000, but you do 8,000. So what? 8,000 is more than 6,000. 8,000 is more than 5,000. 8,000 is much more than 2,500. You have more customers, more distributors, more results, you make more money, and you are in much better position to do 10,000 personal volume point, personal production next month than if you have the attitude of, oh, I do whatever, this month. It doesn't matter. I don't have any goals. So put goals on personal production, personal volume. That is very, very important every month in your Herbalife career. Oh, I'm sorry, cheers. Okay, then in that personal production, personal volume, couple things. First, as you guys know, is the customer base. To have customers. So we need to have prospects, then we need to have customers, and the key is the retention of those customers. How many customers are going to be with you for the next 90 days, 6 months? They're going to buy the products and continue to work with you and have results, retention. That's why it's so important to talk about the nutrition and looking good, feeling good, because some of those people, they might have the goal, I don't know, to manage their weight or whatever, but good nutrition or feeling good is a lifetime goal and purpose, right? So to not only have customers, but to retain those customers will be the key for the future and for a sustainable business in the years to come. And number two, to add to that personal production, personal volume, we need distributors. Not only distributors that maybe they go into the business to have their own discount or whatever. Distributors that want to distribute the products, that what are called distributors, right? That they want to have customers, they want to get to the 35%, 42%, they want to get to the 50% and be the next supervisors. So how many distributors? So a couple of questions that might help you understand your momentum, what's going on with your business. With how many people have you talked about the products in the last 4 weeks? How many people have you talked about the business opportunity in the last 4 weeks? How many new customers you had the last 4 weeks? And how many new distributors you had in the last 4 weeks? That will guide you to understand, oh, am I going this way or that way? Just staying here, or I'm growing, I'm bringing new business, new people, right? So that's very important for you in your personal production, because it's not about a big effort 1 month, it's about building the structure. For example, some of you, if I tell you, how many of you are 100% sure that you can do 10,000 personal volume this month? How many? Some of you will say, I will do it. Some other will, I don't know, I'm not sure about that. That's fine, no problem. Because some of you might say, I only have 7 customers and I have 2 distributors. I don't know if I can do that. But what if we work very hard, very focused in the next 90 days in developing the customer base, and we go from whatever you have to 25, 27, 32, 35 customers. And then we work very hard working on developing the organization. We have, 13 distributors in the next 90 days. And in 90 days from now, you have 30 plus customers, and then you have 13 distributors that are buying products directly from the company. And there are some of them at 35% discount, some of them at 42% discount, some of them are going to be supervisor. And I ask you 90 days from now, how many of you are 100% sure that you can do 10,000 personal volume, personal production this month? I believe most of you will say, I can do it. So sometimes, of course, we have the certain sense of urgency in this business, but we also need to plan accordingly to build something in 90 days from now. So it's not about your 90-day work plan. It's also about working your plan to build a result in 90 days from now. If we're in April now, for example, let's work in building the personal production and volume of the month of July, for example. We work very hard April, May, June. Then in July, we have the base, and we can do the 8,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, whatever your goal might be in 90 days from now. So that's very important to have those goals and that plan, okay? So at the end, everything is cost effect, right? Activity will generate a result. Which input are you putting into your business? You're gonna have an outcome in your business. So whatever result you have today is the result that you've been building the last 90 days. You know, the result that you want to have in July will be built today. So better start working right now with those goals to grow. One more advice for you guys. I know that at this level, in this type of training, many of you want to get to the next level in royalties. Many of you want to build the organization and get to the Get Team level, Get Team Plus, Millionaire Team, 7,500, President's Team, 15, or whatever it is. Let me give you a good piece of advice. If you want to change your team, let me give you this challenge. You need to recruit 100 first lines. You need to recruit 100 first lines. Decide the time. Some of you might do it in 6 months. Some of you might do it, I don't know, in 2 years. But in order to build an organization, a healthy organization, you need a lot of first lines. So if you recruit a sponsor, 100 first line distributors, you might have the opportunity. This is just referential numbers. It's not science, it's just referential. If you recruit 100 people, you might have 10 to 15 maybe supervisors or people that go to the 50% discount. And out of those, you might have 5 serious future potential leaders or world teams or top teams. So if you recruit 100 first lines, then you might end up having 10, 15 supervisors, or may having, depending on your numbers, of course, this is your referential, 5 lines that can go very serious in the business and build your business in the next 2 or 3 years. So why don't you put that goal? Okay, I will recruit 100 first line. You start 1, I only need 99. 2, I only need 98 or 95, whatever it is. So you have enough people so your business won't be depending on luck, won't be depending on, I had a good month. Will be depending on planning, on a strategy, and making it happen with enough time to build it. And then you will realize one of the most important things for me in the business, I might discuss this also during the weekend, is developing growth potential. That's the key. For me, that's the name of the game in many aspects, growth potential. Not only to grow, because when you grow, you did a lot of work before that, previous to that. But when you want to anticipate for the future and you're adapting and you're building and you're creating and you're innovating, we need to work on developing growth potential. What growth potential mean? I have few concepts. Let me give you the 2 or 3 that are simpler, that I really focus on, not only myself, but also with my group and the organization that I work with in different cities and countries. Number 1, how many distributors in your 3 levels you have working to get to the supervisor level? Because at the end, your royalties will depend on how many supervisors or how many active and productive supervisors you have. So to determine if you have growth potential in the future, will be, okay, how many distributors in your 3 levels are working to get to supervisor? That's one concept. And then the main concept for me forever, I have done this for many, many, many years, is how many first line you have working to change their PIN. Listen, it's not how many first line you have. You might have 5 first lines. One is retired. Another one is, personal problem. Another one is on vacation. Another one is happy with his life. And you might have good business, but no potential to grow, right? But how many first lines you have? Let's say that you have 10 first lines working to change their PIN. One is a distributor going to supervisor, 2 supervisors going to work team, 3 work teams going to Get Team, a couple Get Team going to Get Team 2,500, a Get Team 2,500 going to Millionaire Team, and a Millionaire Team working like crazy to get to the President's Team. What is your growth potential in the next 12 months for 24 months? A lot. Because when you have 10 first lines, in a year, 12 months, every group, just as a reference, it never happened like that, right? But let's say that every group will grow 10,000 organizational volume in customers and distributors and everything. They didn't grow that much, but in your case, you might have grown 100,000 in your organization because it's the sum of all the different groups that you have. So how many first lines you have working to change their PIN? That would be key in your future. And then let me give you some referential numbers so you can have certain things. Of course, you need to adapt that to your own country and city, because that will change from region to region, from country to country. If you want to get, let's say, to get the Millionaire Team President's Team, to be in the get team level, you need, I don't know, between 15, 20 supervisors, right? Some of you might do it with 5, I don't know, but let's say, let's have that target of 15 to 20. In order to do that, see if you are going into that direction, one good number is, okay, if I am adding 2 new supervisors into level, I'm going into that direction. If you want to get to Getting Plus, you need 30 to 50 supervisors maybe. You need to be having 3 new per month in 3 levels. Millionaire Team, as a reference, you're having 4 new supervisors a month. In your 3 levels, you are on your way to Millionaire Team. It might take you 6 months, it might take you 2 years, but it's just math. If we're doing the work in a good way with customers and solid and based on customers and retaining, and you add 4 new supervisors in your 3 levels per month, in a year, that's 48 new in 3 levels. You will have big chances to be the next Millionaire Team, right? In 2 years, you have, I don't know, close to 100. You have 96 supervisors into level new of the last 2 years. Then you will measure, of course, retention and production, all the stuff that we can talk in another training, but you have very good chances. So ask yourself, how many new supervisors are getting into my business every month in 3 levels? If you want to get to President's Team, for example, I believe the number is 8 to 10. If you're adding 8, you have very good chances to be the next President's Team. But it might take you 2 to 3 years, it doesn't matter. By the way, it's not only about numbers, it's about quality. It's about the right strategy and bringing supervisors that are going to be productive with enough customers, making money, so you want to build that. Of course, you're going to have, supervisors that won't do that much, others will get distracted. That's part of the game, part of the business, is normal. But if you are bringing that organization together with the right strategy, you are getting closer and closer to your next pin, to your next goal. So I can talk about many other things, but I want to close this portion of the training for this weekend, the next 2-3 minutes. And I have 10 points, 10 focus points that might help you get on track to really get to the next level by decision and planning, and not only by chance or momentum. Okay, number 1, get organized. Get organized. The more you do, the more you grow. You need to get organized. Take your own agenda and learn how to do priorities in that agenda. If what you want is here, we need to try to align our activities into what we want. Some people want this in life, and their priorities and activities are here. We need to align our priorities with what we want in life, so we invest the time in a way. It's the difference between doing things and working for objective. I never do things just to do it. Whatever I do in my business, I do it because I want to accomplish something. I have a target, something that I want to do. I want results. If you work, focus on results, not only time or to-do list, but work, focus on results. Because there is a difference between being busy, super busy, and being productive. Customer, distributor, sales, et cetera, et cetera. So make sure that you know the difference between doing and achieving things in your own plan. So get organized, give enough value to the time, and have your own agenda. Number 2, product results. As always, why don't you start right now a challenge with yourself or in your group or in your city to get the best results possible. Number 3, focus on your personal structure, personal volume, personal production structure. Not only this month gotta be great, but let's build a personal volume structure for the next 90 days, for the next 6 months. Number 4, we need to be optimistic. We want to go long-term in the future, not only having results in a year, but when you want to go long-term, your best friend will be to be optimistic. Some people will focus into the problems and to the challenges. That's normal. That will happen anyways. Even if you don't want to happen, that will happen. Embrace reality and then deal with it. That it is what it is. But if you're optimistic about the future, you have the right attitude, you have much better chances to go and do whatever needs to be done. Number 5, make sure that you have the structure of events and training. Super important, not only for you, for your team. We need these events, these trainings, the promotion, the recognition, to make sure that we have that structure that can support the growth of our business. Next, number 6, have the strategy and the business plan. Work with your sponsor, with your top team member. Okay, what is the strategy? What is the business plan? Let's go do it for 90 days. Let's go and continue to get it better. How can we reach more people with whatever we're doing? Number 7, personal development. But don't be confused. Sometimes we get confused on personal development and listening to audios all day long, reading books all day long, and going to seminars here, seminars there, with this guru, with that guru. Sometimes you're just getting distracted. Get focused to your business. Personal development is to do what you have to do to achieve your goals, to get better, to become a better version of yourself. When we read something or we go to a seminar, even trainings like this, it's just to get ideas and then go and put those ideas into action that will create results. Personal development is about develop yourself, get better, develop skills, develop attitude, develop the mindset that will help you have a great life, a good life, and it will help you inspire and train your team and your group and have a huge impact. Number 8, commitment, my friend. And I will talk about this during the weekend. The number 1 differentiator in life, in business, in result is the commitment to do whatever it takes to learn whatever needs to be learned, to develop the skills that need to be developed, to surround yourself with the people that you need to be surrounded by in order to achieve your goal without distraction, without excuses, the 100% commitment. Number 9, take 100% responsibility of the result. Own it. It's your business. Own whatever result you have right now. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. Own it. Own it. Say, this is because of me. It's cause, effect. I take 100% responsibility. If I want to change it, I can change it. If I want it to get better, I need to get better in order to get my business better and to have better results. And 10, and with this we close today and we continue during the weekend, have fun. We have one life. They have fun. Every life is a fantastic vehicle to create a good life, to help people have a good life, to live better, to surround yourself with good people, good relations. Of course, we need to work hard. Of course, you're going to have tough times, but it's about doing that and at the same time having fun. When you have fun, you are very attractive. And people want to be with you. People want to be doing what you're doing. And then your organization want to be fun too and want to bring more people. And then everybody might achieve their own goals and be happy at the same time. So it's my pleasure to be with you guys. And hopefully I can see you in the next virtual or personal event and see you with your new pin because you decided today, you put things into action and you achieve it. It's my life.
Wow, what an absolute masterclass. Juan Miguel, thank you so much for just an unbelievable section. I have notes and notes in my journal and just pearls of wisdom getting loaded out there time after time after time. Thank you so much. From one legend to another, our next guest speaker needs no introduction. We are truly proud and privileged to have with us the only Founders Circle member in Europe and Africa, an ex-model with over 40 years with Herbalife Nutrition. She has business in 92 of the 94 countries and 299 President's Team members in her organisation. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Founders Circle member in 40K, Carol Lorraine.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for that stellar introduction. And I still get a tingle down my spine when I hear the words Carol Lorenz Founders Circle, an accolade that I will never take for granted. Well, here we are at the launch of the 2021 Herbalife Nutrition UK and Ireland Spring Spectacular. And you know the next words that will come out of my mouth, without question, the best Spring Spectacular yet. Okay, what can I talk to you about after almost 40 years with Herbalife Nutrition that you might not have heard before? Well, Let me start by sharing my thoughts on the eternal hope that spring brings and what that means for our business. It's going to get a little poetic, but please bear with me, as there are a great many lessons for work and life that we can all learn from the change in seasons. We're celebrating our Spring Spectacular, and is a significant milestone in the Herbalife calendar. Spring is a hopeful season as it brings transformation and change, from darkness to light, from cold to warmth, from gray to bursts of color. It's also a time to look forward with positive anticipation and to develop the resilience needed in the face of the inevitable changes in work and life. Spring, like our Herbalife business, is when we also learn to make small changes in our work lives. To start something new, stick to it consistently, and even in the face of adversity, to keep trying again and again and again, because that is really how we make progress. Okay, I'd like to touch briefly on what I would say to new distributors who are just getting started, but also to existing distributors who might need some motivation. Many of you have never heard me speak of my 4 decades of servitude and gratitude with Herbalife Nutrition, and what still motivates and drives me even to this day. The answer I always give to my motivation is simple. It's each and every one of you. It's one thing to reach the pinnacle of our organization and quite another to stay there. Alan and I always enjoyed assisting people in all organizations as they made changes in an effort to live healthily and happily. I am fulfilling a commitment I made when Alan passed away, to carry on and continue to engage actively with all distributors in all organizations on all aspects of their business. We are truly blessed to continuously receive amazing data, testimonials, training, and many other modes of information from extremely gifted, creative distributors and corporate members. The database and wealth of knowledge, experience, and know-how that Herbalife Nutrition possesses is second to none. Herbalife Nutrition has also evolved over the years and innovated especially in the depth and range of their products. They've rewarded distributors for their success, and we are all aware of the many new and exciting distributors in the company with great ideas doing phenomenal business. Hang on, what's that? A news flash. Whoa, hang on. A recent study on weight has found that women who carry a little weight live longer than the men who mention it. So now let me take you through some of the practical steps we can take to continue to climb and grow your Herbalife businesses. How about familiarizing yourself with the Herbalife sales and marketing plan again? This used to be a couple of pages long when I first started, and now it's a small book. But it's an important stepping stone to your success and lead to higher levels of achievement. Get to know how your downline organization operates, as your success will also depend on the product sales made by each distributor and their own downline organization. I'm on the My Herbalife portal on a regular basis and look at trends and business in the various countries. Be product aware. Learn as much as you can about the Herbalife Nutrition product ranges and their uses. Armed with this knowledge, you can with confidence put together nutrition and lifestyle plans for your members. I also did my utmost to qualify for as many events as I possibly could. That is really not possible at the moment, so go virtual and join in as many video conference calls as you can, and also ask people in your upline how they do business. Find a mentor who can help and guide you, and be honest with yourself and know that not every single person who is a Herbalife Nutrition distributor will achieve their goals and be successful. That is the reality of the business that we're in, but also be aware that we all have so many people in the company who are prepared to help and assist, because ultimately, as you grow, so does Herbalife Nutrition. Choose to lead and practice. Lead by example. Be receptive to change and prepared to adapt and be the person others choose to follow, because leaders set the pace. Okay, I hope that even in a small way that you get something from these pearls of wisdom and the knowledge gained over the years of putting in the hard yards in growing my organization. And honestly, I do this because I truly care about each and every one of you, as I want you all to be the best you can be and to carry on climbing. Like any attempt at something new, it can be scary as well as exciting. I still make mistakes, and I may not stick to tasks as regularly as I'd hoped, but my willingness to risk trying new things will hopefully encourage you to take the risk to try something new as well. I feel passionately about sharing tips and information and encourage people in their growth and change process. I also wanted to touch upon the challenges and change brought about by the spring season, because I want to inspire you to feel hopeful about starting anew, doing something different, making a change, trying again, persisting, dedication, and believing something better lies ahead for you, because it does. Acceptance of hardship and challenges paired with a confident hope that warmer, brighter days are ahead can give us the courage to persist through the gray and work toward a brighter season ahead. I've always said that there is no substitute for hard work, and I'm living proof that you can succeed in your goals if you put your mind to it. Mark Hughes, our inspirational and charismatic leader, who I also called a friend, had a quote, "If you can't see it for yourself, borrow my eyes." I have used this phrase more than any other of Mark's quotes and referred to it many times over the years. Mark was forward-thinking and a true visionary in every sense of the word. He would see things that mere mortals could not and had an unshakable belief in the future of Herbalife. That belief and passion were so infectious that we were completely sold and bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. Alan and I always acknowledged and quoted Mark in many speeches, training sessions, and in the recruitment of potential distributors over the years, and for allowing us to borrow his eyes so that we could all see and share in his vision. 4 decades ago, when Herbalife was first conceived, we could have been classified as an early-stage disruptor in the MLM world, as some of our ideas and development of the sales and marketing plan were so revolutionary. We had no idea where this was going to take us all, but one person did, and that was Mark. Not only did we buy into Mark's vision, but we also loved the products, albeit limited at the time, the future product ranges, the markets we were going to penetrate, and the global expansion of the organization. So, city by city, country by country, and continent by continent, we grew the Herbalife business into what it is today. It wasn't easy at the start of our Herbalife journey, but it wasn't long after that we started to see the rewards of the hard work and faith in the company pay off. Alan and I both aspired to Mark's visionary leadership in emulating him to become individuals who saw the potential in others, how the world should exist, and then taking the necessary steps to get there. You all know of Mark's mentor and Herbalife's inspirational philosopher, the great Jim Rohn. Jim, too, had a truly inspirational quote, and it was, "If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse." This quote is probably one of the most important mantras for our time, and one that I practice every single day of my life. Jim was not only a great mentor to Mark Hughes, but also had a huge influence on Alan and me. Your life, your happiness, your success, they all depend on you. If you really want it to happen, you will do the impossible to achieve your goal. If you are not ready to work hard for your dream, you simply will find an excuse. That's the basis of Jim's quote, and that we all have it within us to achieve our life goals, but we have to put the work in to reap the rewards. So here I am now, almost 40 years in the organization and still helping in creating the futures of others. Every day with Herbalife Nutrition is a small step towards your dreams and will bring great results over time. Learn from others, see what works for you, and try something that you might not have considered doing before in the recruitment of potential distributors. One of my favorite phrases is analysis paralysis. That is, overthinking and overanalyzing a situation so that a decision is never taken, thereby paralyzing the outcome. Alan and I took a leap of faith all those years ago with a company that was just starting out, and today we are in 92 of 94 countries with almost 300 President's Team members, and dare I say it, we've barely scratched the surface. So, beware of your instincts holding you back and fighting against them. Get your friends and family to motivate you. Motivational videos. Look at people who inspire you, people you respect. And I know this is a cliche used often, but get out of your comfort zone. Okay, that's enough from me, even though I'm sure you probably want more of my golden nuggets. We've had such great challenges and great opportunities, and with your help, we will meet them and make this year the best year in our history. I'd just like to end by asking you all to stay safe, healthy, and positive, and I shall see you all in person very soon when the world is in a better place. And finally, if you've qualified for the live Q&A session following this, then I can promise that you're all in for an absolutely fabulous treat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carol, for those powerful messages. And on behalf of myself, the UK leadership, I want to thank you, the late Alan Lorenz, for your contribution over the years. Your legacy, your leadership, live on in Herbalife Nutrition and live on deep within inside us. Thank you, Alan. Guys, it's been an honour and a privilege to be your host tonight. And congratulations again for all you guys who qualified for tonight's leadership training. But for those who qualified for the exclusive Friday Night Live with international guest speaker Juan Miguel Mendoza, he will also be joined with our very own Chairman's Club member and 40K, David Bevan. So make sure you click on your exclusive link, log in. It is going to be absolutely incredible!
Show me what you want. Come